guys are exiting off into the hood. Damn Skippy. Damn Skippy.
And I just went, I scrolled up.
I wonder how many times a year Lamborghinis get off at this exit to go anywhere.
How many times y'all drove off into the hood? I probably tell you, because y'all the only motherfuckers probably doing it. That's bad. I ain't getting no good shot on that. So what we about?
Last time I was looking at the site, I remember when he was my height.
Oh yeah, Hamza stretched.
That's a couple months ago he got another hit.
Hamza looked like he could be Leroy's son a little bit, don't he? That's what I said the first time.
He looked like one of them.
Right.
Up on Air Jordan. He looked like one of them. Anunnakis, the things like.
You trying to do me?
Nah.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing.
Trying to do me.
Hey, if you was over here, when we was growing up, everybody was getting.
Oh, this is them steps.
All the way down to the core.
You can't even get. You can't get to them up them steps. You couldn't get up them steps unless you was.
Go back home.
Like, where is that coming from?
Yeah. Oh, wee. Oh yeah. I'm talking about how many nicknames and all kind of shit.
This van is kind of jacked up. So
Yeah, had a little couple rust spots on the
You know what your
fender.
door reminds me of? Just look at it, just like this, the profile like that. Remember the Mark V?
I'm in Bexley, Ohio right now. So Bexley is really inside of Columbus. It's like a suburb inside the city. And I grew up in the hood right next to Bexley. And I used to tell people I lived in Bexley, but in reality, I was in the hood. So anyway, some of you might know this area if you're from Columbus. It's gotten nicer and nicer, but crazy history. I've been to jail one time, and this is gonna be my knowledge of the day. I don't know reality of the day, but I've been to jail one time in my life. And the one time I went to jail was right here in Bexley. And you might not believe this story, but the reason why I went to jail, I was 17 years old, I think, and I had a job working at the grocery store. And they thought I was a good worker, so they would, and I was kind of a big guy or whatever. So they had some problems at the grocery store. It was a Kroger's. They had some problems at the store with people coming into the store and stealing at night. So they wanted some bigger dudes in there working and stuff. So they tapped me to work, and and also I was from the neighborhood, right? So people knew me and stuff, and I guess they figured that people wouldn't be stealing if they knew me and stuff. But anyway, after work, right? So they had me working late. And I would work till 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And technically, I'm not supposed to be out after midnight if you're under 18 years old, at least in Columbus. And there, look, there's the Kroger's right there. See, it's right next to Bexley, but it's also right next to the hood. And we'll go a little bit into the hood where I was living at the time. Matter of fact, we'll go the way I used to walk home. So I used to walk home from this place. I used to work here at this Kroger's when I was in high school, and I used to walk home from work every day. I didn't have no car, but I had my dreams. This is my walk right there. You see them white lines? This is my walk. You see how I turned from good to bad real quick? Well, anyway, after work, I had some friends, and it was my brother came to get me. We had my dad's car, and I had my license, right? And so I drove, and I was gonna give these two female friends I had a ride home after work. They lived in Bexley, and some of you can guess what happened, right? So I'm taking them home, and two girls about my same age, and I'm driving them to their house, and the police see me and my brother and these two girls. Me and my brother from the hood, the two girls are from Bexley, the nice area. Police pull us over. They said you guys look lost, and I'm like, no, I'm not lost, I'm just giving them a ride home. And they didn't like it, so they used the fact that I was 17 and not 18 as a reason to take me to jail. So the one time I've been to jail in my life, and this is the way I used to walk home. The neighborhood's a lot nicer now. And actually I used to go this way because this way was a little bit nicer back then too. But anyway, the cops basically said, you know, we're gonna have to take you in. And the cops took me to the police station, and they took the two girls because they were also not 18 yet. And this is what happened. We got to the police station. The two girls stayed out in the lobby area and called their parents. And you're supposed to get one phone call, right, when you go to jail. At least that's what I thought. That's what I saw on TV. I got no phone call. They put me in a jail cell, and then they called my dad. Said, your son's down here, you know, delinquent after hours or whatever. And so I sat there in a jail cell with my thoughts and the fear of my dad, and he was pissed too. And that's one time I went to jail. Now nothing happened. I wasn't in there. I wasn't in the jail cell with anybody else. But it was a bad, you know, it was a situation of, they were basically trying to intimidate me. They didn't like the fact that I was this kid, you know, from the bad part of the neighborhood with these girls that didn't quite look like me, put it that way, from Bexley area. They didn't like that, and they took me to jail. So here's where I grew up, man. It's changed a little bit. That's your boy's house right there. I think everybody's gone. Everybody's gone right now. But you know, I didn't actually plan on making this video, but since we were over here and I had that meeting, but look, the demographic change is quick from Bexley to the hood. Now this, at one point in time, this was the worst street in the entire city for drugs. There's a block that we're going into right here. It's getting better now because people are coming in with the real estate thing happening, and a whole different group of people are coming in here buying houses and fixing them up, and living there. They're not renting them, they're actually living in them. But this used to be a bad neighborhood. It's getting a lot better now, so I'm happy to say that. And I'm even to the point where I'm thinking about maybe getting some property over here. But this block right here used to be the worst block for drugs in Columbus, Ohio. This is Franklin Avenue in Columbus, Ohio. You couldn't drive on this block without there being a traffic jam, and you would have to basically stop, and you couldn't beep your horn and say anything because the drug dealers ran this block, and you didn't really want any problems with people because you don't know who has a gun or who's gonna get mad and stuff, you know, and something go down that you're really not you don't really want to deal with. So So yeah. So anyway, shout out to my peeps from the hood. It's looking good, at least better. And that's my story for the day. Now, what are the takeaways from that story? You know, me going to jail, whatever. I didn't do anything wrong, I don't think, you know, to deserve that situation, but it was a reality. And you don't take stuff, when stuff like that happens, you don't really take it and complain about it and bitch about it and all that stuff. You take it, you digest it as it is what it is, and you figure out how you're going to get whatever it is you're trying to get in life, you know, considering the pitfalls and the traps. And you know, some people's calling in life is to fix those issues and things, but other people's calling is to do something else greater or whatever it might be. And I felt my calling was not to deal with that crap, and my calling was to go get what I'm trying to get, you know, what I'm trying to do with my life, but understand what the pitfalls are and what the reality is in every situation. There's gonna be people that like you and there's gonna be people that don't like you. And my thing is, I don't even deal with the people that don't like me, or that don't want me to succeed, for example. I focus on being around people that are like-minded, positive people trying to make it happen. So there you go. I suggest you do the same. Look at that. It's a project right there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's a real tore up spot. But now, so I'm going into another part of the hood where, shout out to Reggie, one of the guys that works for me. He used to live over here, and yo, his car used to get shot up. Like he got bullet holes in his car from living over here. But anyway, let's go do something positive. Shout out to my peeps over here. All right, man. We're gonna do something interesting now.